My name is Macy Caldwell. I am 16 years old and I live in a small town called Evergreen Heights. I have always been the quieter one in my family, the observer, the one who kept to herself. My sister was 3 years older than me, and unfortunately, she was anything but kind. Growing up in a house overshadowed by her rage and jealousy was incredibly difficult. I was her punching bag, and she seemed to derive pleasure from making my life miserable. The physical hits hurt, but it was the emotional scars that cut even deeper. She would scream insults at me, belittle me, and worst of all, she would take out her anger on our family dog, tormenting him just to see me upset. Those moments of cruelty were both heartbreaking and infuriating. With a father who was absent, my sister turned all her frustration towards me, and it felt like I had no way out. As years went by, I realized I could not simply allow her to torment me. I grew tired of the situation and started developing ways to cope with it. I got good at playing along with her games just to avoid confrontation, but when she tormented me verbally, I hit back with words. I wished I could do more, but my sister had the loudest screams in the house, and I was not physically strong enough to handle her. I was aware of her emotional volatility, and it was then that I decided to tap into it. I began plotting my revenge when I was 12, and the circumstances felt right. That particular week was the tipping point. My sister had been especially nasty, and I knew she had plans to go to a country concert with her friends that weekend. Those few days leading up to her night out filled me with a strange, simmering thrill. This time I would turn the tables on her. I stashed a wasp trap in my room, hidden away but easily retrievable. We shared a Jack and Jill bathroom, which made my plan easier. I bided my time and collected little by little. After every outburst, I would pretend to cry and storm off, feeling a gleeful smile sneak onto my face as she would rush to watch television, thinking she had succeeded in driving me away. Each time she left the room, I felt a mixture of dread and excitement. By the end of the week, I was ready. When she kicked me down the stairwell and even threatened to stab me, something snapped inside me. I had initially refrained from using other measures, but now I pushed my moral boundaries. I grabbed a bit of urine I had stored in a small plastic bottle, and with it, I would add my secret ingredient. As my sister rushed around to get ready for her concert, I mixed the wasp trap solution with the foul urine and put everything back into her shampoo and conditioner bottles. I left that bottle of urine out in the sun to ferment in the heat, filling it with odors even I could hardly stand. Her cheap perfume would mask the smell while she prepared, and time was on my side. She thought she was getting away with everything, but the joy of planning each detail filled me. When the moment came, she got into the shower, likely thinking she could just throw on some fancy clothes and be out the door. She was late, so she really had no time to figure out if anything was off. I quietly smirked as she hurried through her routine, blissfully unaware of what I'd done. Finally, she left for her concert, and I felt the rush of adrenaline wash over me. That night she came back home, and my heart raced when I saw her face. She was in distress, covered in wasp stings. She complained about how she was unable to enjoy herself because tons of wasps kept hovering around her. My heart leaped as she cried in her room, revealing to my mother how her friends kept mentioning that something smelled bad but could not pin down the culprit. I had never experienced a mix of glee and satisfaction like this. Watching her suffer while knowing I had orchestrated the entire episode felt magnificent. For the next 2 weeks, she was too defeated to lash out at me. In those weeks of silence, I found a rare moment of peace. No shouting, no physical confrontations, just the sweet taste of victory wrapped in silence. It was the first time since I could remember that my home felt secure, even if it was just for a moment. I had acted on a revenge fantasy born from years of fear and hurt, and for once I felt I had gained the upper hand. Some might call my actions cruel or vindictive, but not a single ounce of regret filled me. I had merely given her a taste of her own medicine, a small payback for the torment she had put me through over the years. If I had to go back in time, I would do it again without a second thought. The thrill of standing up for myself and succeeding in my plan was an exhilarating feeling. The dynamic of our relationship shifted that day, and even as my sister began to heal, I understood something fundamental. Sometimes revenge is not just about causing harm to someone who hurt you, it is about reclaiming your power and finding a way to break free from the scars of the past, if only for a fleeting moment.